What's happening, everyone? Tom Gorin here, and welcome to the brand new season of League Racing. This is RFL season number 9. The new season of Racing Formula League is underway, and today we're getting ready for the first round here in Baku. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Yeah, Baku, the first round of a league race, and it's a wet qualifying. Yeah, all hell is gonna break loose in this video and in this race today. First of all, thanks for the support in the previous League Racing video, the season finale of Season 8. We are the reigning Constructors Champions, and as you've noticed, we are in the same car this season. My old teammate, Kirby, has actually ditched me, and now he's in the Mercedes with Vapid Cute 74. So, yeah, my new teammate isn't here this week, but he will be here next week. So hopefully we can properly start our march towards a second consecutive Constructors RFL Championship. But before I get started with this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe for more RFL League Racing content, as we're getting to pretty much the second half of this game's life cycle. I can't lie, League Racing and the online content side of things, I'm really enjoying this game. It's like League Racing is the only part of this game that I'm really enjoying, and to be honest, it's pretty much going to be the content that I'm going to be putting out as far as this game is concerned. So if you like League Racing, if you like online competitive content, then make sure to subscribe to this channel for weekly RFL content. Right, let's talk about this race. So this, from the title of this video, is going to be the most chaotic season opening race ever. Now, what's new with Season 9, of course, crossplay is enabled, so that means Xbox, PlayStation and PC can join the league. And yeah, so this is a full grid of 20 runners here in Baku. The first half of qualifying was a wet intermediate session, but now as we enter the final 35 seconds, it's completely dry, and now it's all about literally who can get the most out of the best conditions. I'm literally behind Vapid, as you can see on the minimap, entering turn 3 right now, and Vapid is behind Kent 3. I think it's either Kent 3 or his old teammate, So Fresh, but coming in towards sector number 2, and we're literally 3 seconds quicker than our previous time on the intermediates. JJ Finelater, he was known as JJ Rocks. He's making a comeback. You got Demi, Rampage is back in there, SFR Fins, he's returned. We're purple sector 1, but I'm guessing that's literally the obvious. Everyone is literally purple in sector 1. Practice went really well. Even though Vapid in the last hour of practice really caught up to me, I was literally doing mid to late 39s, but we didn't really do any like wet to dry, qualifying practice. All the qualifying practice we did was literally in dry conditions. But anyway, coming through the final corner right now. Very decent lap, I have to say. I didn't really want to push too much because obviously it's the first proper dry lap and the only proper dry lap, and if you push too much you'll spin out or crash or go wide or lock up. So I just wanted to get a lap in. It looks like a good lap right now as you're going to cross the line. Vapid does a 45, we do a 43, and that is provisional pole position, but at the end of the session we get P3. JJ Finelater gets pole position from Aiden and myself, Scott, Vapid, Demi, Virtue, Dan in the Red Bull, Azzy, Leighton, Rampage, Kirby, So Fresh, and Skull, and also Kenfrey. The gap between first and fourth place is literally 5 temps, just over 5 temps. And in the pre-season race, what I'm looking forward to this season is pretty much just how close the grid is. It's a shame I didn't really upload the pre-season race and do a video on that, because it was really close. But yeah, you're going to see a problem in this video when it comes to the race starting up. So Rampage literally readied up earlier than what we wanted, But we're getting ready for the first sprint race of this season. It's 5 red lights in Baku, lights out, and away we go for the Azerbaijan sprint race. A decent start, a little bit of wheel spin as we head towards turn 1, and Scott in the Ferrari has jumped us. That's not a good start there, and there's all types of chaotic contact going on in the rear of the grid as we enter turn 2, but not the best start for us going in towards the second straight. So it's literally JJ, then Aiden, then Scott, then myself, Demi, then Vapid. I think Vapid's lost also a position as we begin lap number 2. And notice how aggressive Scott is trying to overtake Aiden in that Aston Martin. But right now, all I'm just doing, I'm just watching Scott and Aiden. And in my opinion, JJ was all over the place in this first half of this race. So my thought process was literally this: just watch Scott, watch Aiden, and trying to react. But coming in towards this corner, Demi brakes too late, and Demi hits us up the arse, and as you can see, the rear tyres are on fire, and we are going to be starting the 50% race from literally dead last. Well, it's not really dead last, it's 16th, but on a track like this, yeah, 16th is not where you want to be. And by the way, I do stream these races. If you want to follow me, I'll leave all the links in the description. The RFL Twitch, RFL Twitter, RFL Discord, my Twitter, my Discord in the description below. Go and follow me and all that. And yeah, you'll see my reactions live. I was not happy. I was not happy at all with that, because I was, to be honest, I had great pace around here in practice, and to be honest, I was wanting a top 5 qualifying finish, and then in the race I was looking for a podium at least. But yeah, I just had great pace, and then just to be taken out like that is very, very annoying. But now, as you can see, Rampage pressed A again early, and most of the grid most of the grid was caught out by it. Angela was caught out, Scott was caught out, Vince was caught out as well. I wasn't, because I had everything ready. But yeah, because of that, you're going to see the most chaotic race you've ever seen. There's Baku, and then there's chaotic levels of Baku, and then there's this race. So here you go, guys. Are you ready? It's a brand new season of RFL League Racing on F1 22. Season 9 is underway for 5 red lights. Long hold, but lights out, and away we go. In Baku, we're obviously in the middle of the pack, and the one thing we don't want to do is get front wing damage at the start of the race. We're going to take a nice and cautious and simple in towards turn 1. If we lose a position, we lose a position. As long as we survive lap 1 in towards turn 2, massive amounts of contact. Sambo, I think Sambo literally, as I saw in his POV, Sambo hit us up the arse, and he gave us a bit of a bump drift, but we don't have any damage. Massive amounts of contact in towards turn 2. What about turn 3? Is turn 3 any better? No, it's not! JJ, oh god. JJ in the Williams literally just dive bombed, and he's just took out 2 or 3 of the cars right there. And yeah, that's a disaster for Sambo and you know, those types of cars. But fortunately for us, we've actually survived the first lap, and that's all I wanted, to survive the first lap and then go on the aggressive attack. So coming towards the end of lap 1, we're going to take Rampage down the back straight. As far as a setup is concerned, you want to be aiming for around about 10 to 15 wing levels, because you want downforce, but at the same time you've got to accommodate for that massive straight, because you can gain around about 3 temps as Azzy is out of this race. And as we enter lap 3, we are already in the top 10. So we've already started from 16th and we're into 10th already, as a virtual safety car is out. The first of many virtual or slash safety cars in this race. Now, there was massive confusion as far as some of the drivers. They were thinking restart, and they somehow were driving very aggressively, and they were acting like they were going to restart. So I messaged Vapid and Kirby, but Vapid didn't want to restart, so we didn't restart, and pretty much I was just reacting on that. Checo, he was a moving chicane in this race, and yeah, literally we're on different races. I'm on the hards, he's on the mediums, and Rampage is literally behind. And as you can see, the gap between me and Kirby is 4.5 seconds. So I'm trying to get past Checo here, but he's just blocking us. Look at it. He's just all over the place. He just can't really find any grip. And we're going to go around the outside. Hopefully we don't hit the wall or hit him, and we don't. And finally, we get rid of that moving chicane as F1 Checo and also Rampage. So now we're trying to get Fins. Fins has damage. He has front wing damage. Fins was in the party with us, and Fins does the sensible thing, and he lets us go in towards the final corner. But Fins was running a ridiculous low amount of front wing for this race. But literally, that doesn't really matter, because we are in the top 10 and we're pretty much in 7th. So as long as we can just make sure, as Fins tries to go back down the inside, and Fins actually does, but Fins is going into the pit lane, so we shouldn't have to worry about him anymore as we're beginning lap 6. Let's see if we can try and get Kirby, and then Leighton. Fins is actually out. He's crashed into the pit lane, and that's brought out the first safety car of this season, the first safety car of this race. And yeah, he just overcooked it. He overcooked it into the pit lane, he hit the inside wall, and that's his race done. So literally all of the top 7 are coming in, and because we're on the hard tyres, we're going to come in and pretty much do a 2-stop. We was going to do a 1-stop from hards to mediums, but now we're going to go and do a double medium stint. The aim is to do 10 laps on this set of tyres. Probably take these sets to lap 18 or 19, and then switch for either mediums or softs, and then go to the end of the race. But pretty much mediums, because the softs are not that durable around here, especially in Sector 2. You want to be looking after the rears. You want to set up that's very tight on the rear, but also a setup that isn't understeery, because you'll suffer. You will suffer in that sector. So anyway, green flag running, away we go once again for lap 9 of this race, and we're going to go down the inside of Leighton, another familiar name in RFL. He used to be here in the younger seasons, mainly seasons 3, 4 and 5 on F1 2019. Skull and Kirby have made contact, and I think Skull has front wing damage thanks to Kirby, so that's unfortunate for Skull right there. He did actually show some great pace as we enter turn 4. Leighton goes very wide, and I don't know what's happening behind us. I've added a virtual rear view mirror. Angelo is out! Angelo is out, and because of what happened with Leighton, yeah, he is out of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That's a massive shame for Ferrari, and I know Angelo was really looking forward to this, as we have a second safety car in this race. You'll notice that I was actually weaving to Kirby, because I wasn't happy with the owner's decision to not restart the race. I thought that was quite unfair for all the drivers that got fucked over, simply because they got caught out because they couldn't load the setups. And it's just a coincidence that one driver who doesn't read the Discord presses A and ruins it for most of the drivers. But hey, what can we do? Green flag running for lap 12 of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and now we're in P4. So we've actually went from 16th place to P4 in this race. And to me, the fact that we've actually survived, and not only survived, we came back through the field after being taken out in the sprint qualifying. We've came back from 16th from the grid to now challenging for a podium. So we could potentially win this race if everything goes our way. We would need another safety car, because obviously we're going to come in the next 4 laps to go on another set of mediums. But as you can see, we're going to overtake Scott W in the Ferrari. And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that's just a stamp on the postage note that we are better than Scott W, because we have overtaken him. And now we're going to try and chase down Virtue Dan and Aiden, who is on the hards. Key Menace is out, and that is a third safety car here in Baku, and this portion of the race is going to be absolutely chaotic. 3 safety cars in 17 laps, and this is perfect. This is perfect, because we are now going to come in for a free pit stop, And yeah, the top 4 runners. Unfortunately, that gives Aiden the chance to box from from hards to mediums. So pretty much he has got away scot-free with this. But what I don't understand, the Mercedes of Vapid and Kirby, they all stayed out. Now, if I was Kirby, I don't understand why Kirby stayed out. Kirby should have boxed that lap that I just came in on, because when both Mercedes boxed, and they boxed for soft tyres, they both came in together. So I don't understand why Kirby followed Vapid through when Kirby should have reacted before Vapid, and then that way Kirby wasn't going to get held up. But that's not our worry. Our worry now is to try and win this race without getting some type of damage to our front wing, or even worse, terminal. I have to say, Aiden's safety car restarts was very questionable, especially, not this one, but as you can see, he's just holding up everyone, and we're back underway for lap number 20 of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I'm trying to follow Dan in the Red Bull slipstream. He's going all over the place. We go slightly wide, we nearly hit the wall there, and somehow that's exceeding track limits. Yeah, that I don't think I went wide on that corner there. So, and unfortunately Scott in the Ferrari has got us, and now Scott is now back into P3, but it doesn't matter anyway because we are the better driver and we will find a way past Scott W. Now we are ahead of Vapid and Kirby, a 4th safety car in this race, and as you can see, I am getting really annoyed at this. This is why you need to follow me on Twitch, because I can be hysterical as far as my reactions. No one boxed, no one changed tyres, and that was literally a worthless safety car. Back underway for lap 23, we've got 3 laps to go, and I'm just waiting for a crash here. Scott's on the inside of Dan, and I'm expecting Dan to literally get pushed out wide into the wall, and Scott actually gets the move onto Dan, and Scott is into 2nd place, and we can't find a way through. Entering lap 25 right now, and literally we just can't find a way past Dan in the Red Bull. But as long as we keep behind Vapid, then everything should be well for a podium position. We get a penalty. We get a penalty in this race. To me, I think looking back, I'm going to try and send it in to the stewards, because I mean, I don't have the race director unfortunately, so they can't probably do anything. But if I can like literally give him individual clips and say this is when I got certain warnings. I don't believe that 2nd warning that I had was valid. But yeah, I'm going to try and get that penalty removed. Aiden in the Aston Martin wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're going to come home in P4 on circuit, P5, because of the penalty. And here is the final classifications from the race. Aiden takes the victory from Scott, Dan, Vapid Coot, myself, Kirby in P6, Leighton in P7, Sambo, good job from him in P8, Rampage and Checo are in the top 10, and then Ken3, Skull are 11th and 12th. But that is this massive chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the first race of this league racing season. Hopefully we get better numbers next week. I mean, we literally had a full grid, but I don't know how many numbers we're going to get for next week's race in Monza. But this race was chaotic, multiple safety cars, and we came back from 16th on the grid to finish in P5. So I'll take that. It's a good starting foundation base for our championship, and hopefully we can attack the drivers in front in the next race. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave like, share, comment and subscribe for more F1 22 league racing content, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.